Ah, yes, monkeypox. The how do we call this? The homosexual coof, the chicken pox, the AIDS version of chicken pox. However you want to describe this. We're just going to go over the basics of the monkeypox. I just have pulled up a few articles, and we're not going to click on any particular one, but we're going to talk about a few of the basics. It is not sexually transmitted, and in every source you go to is going to be emphatic about this new truth. It is not sexually transmitted, despite everyone pretty much knowing that most of the people are getting it via sex. Gay, bisexual men having copious amounts of intercourse with one another, endangering one another, and oh look, a nice little HWO info blurb that just popped up right there. So you can we can take a look at that. And but yes, it is not sexually transmitted. It is in fact just as infectious as mono, the kissing disease. Yes, because you have to remember that it's not just a gay disease. It's just because children can get it too, despite the overwhelming majority, a 90 percentile infection rate comes from gay sex. We're going to, oh, look, monkeypox is spreading in Texas because they came from California. This is what happens when you let Californians into your state. You get monkeypox. Pay attention, Abbott. This is what happens. They are a health and safety risk. Stop letting these people into the state. Sorry. I have to self-regulate my own people sometimes here in the great state of Texas. Clicking onto the second page, it's for shits and giggles. So, yes, you have to remember that despite children mysteriously getting the disease that's only primarily transmitted through homosexual actions, uh, you do not need to be concerned with how the children got that disease. Uh, do not ask any awkward questions about that. And while you and I are on the same page about how and whether or not we should investigate how those children got monkeypox, there's another thing about this that is incredibly disturbing to me because I watched it on Lotus Eaters. I watched it on Dev's recent video on the monkeypox, and I noticed a little bit of historical revisionism on both of those videos, and it disturbed me. It disturbed me very greatly because there is this idea that the degenerates of the gay community are the minority of the gay community, which has one of two possibilities. Either the Lotus Eaters has become detached from remembering what the gay community is, or they, let me put it this way. If there wasn't a vast, significant majority of degenerates in the homosexual arena, homosexuality would not have any representation in society. But let me say that again. If there was not a large enough percentage of degenerate gays in society, they would have no representation in society. That is a fact. That is how they operate. And are we going to pretend that the AIDS epidemic only happened among a minority of homosexuals in the 60s and 70s and 80s? Like, are we really going to retcon history to pretend that the vast majority of homosexuals who are active and sexually open about their sexuality are not the degenerates? Are we really going to go there? Are we going to just forget about the truck stop movement, about the gay bars, the bathhouses, the eh, guys? How many statistics? How many times does this community have to become an STD statistical anomaly for you to understand that the thrust of homosexuality is degeneracy? There is no such thing as a common mainstream homosexual community, or not homosexual. I misspoke. Monogamous community. There is next to zero overlap between homosexuality and social monogamy. It, it is so infinitesimal, you would be shocked. And so I am disturbed with this cultural retcon that we're trying to normalize the gays to pretend as if degenerate isn't the default. Degenerate is and always has been the default for the homosexual community. That's not controversial. And the idea that we are pretending because monkeypox is a thing, that it's only a small segment that are getting infected or are at risk. No, it's all of them. It's nearly all of them, except for, that one friend you have, who, by the way, knows at least three other friends who's gonna get this thing. So stop kidding yourselves, stop lying to each other, stop pretending that this is something that it isn't. The gay community is the degenerate community, full stop. Stop pretending otherwise, because Carnal's going to call you out on it. That's what we needed to address today. Stay carnal and God bless. Bye bye.